Doma Sports Talk Worldwide with some news from the world of boxing and the world of sport. So y'all check this out. Listen up, y'all. We're gonna talk a few things at one. We're gonna put it all into one video. I ain't been here a while. I didn't over the weekend, the fights that happened. Your boy Bivol came back and beat Eifert. It's good to see Dimitri Bivol back, period. In the handle his business, unanimous decision. Oshaki Foster, beat Ford, right? In the boxing world, it's pretty good. The only thing I really liked about that fight, I wasn't too close on it. I didn't watch everything, but just highlights of it, extensive highlights. And what I really liked about the Foster and Ford fight is just two guys that are not undefeated, but there was a whole lot of ballyhoo. And that's what's up with boxing. People that you can lose some fights and still have a significant fight, and they brought it down. They brought down the house, and it's good. Props to both fighters. They did a good job. With Shockey Foster is in. Everybody's talking about him right now, even so much so as he should be fighting a Shakur Stevenson. I don't know if we should go that far, but hey, it is what it is. I like the fact that everybody ain't got to be undefeated. You know, to get some people talking about him, and I think that's cool. So I enjoyed that part of that. Now, even though I'm not going to talk about them, I just want to say something about Deontay Wilder. The Bronze Bomber Wilder, right? I went back and watched a little bit of his last fight with Derek Chisora. I think he should have been a unanimous decision. He wants a split decision. Now, and I was just thinking about Deontay Wilder for a second, and it's crazy, man. The guy's an anomaly, and you know he didn't get his just due. That's why I've been rolled with Deontay Wilder from jump. Is because he just never got his just due. His career, coming up, people, the dude had 35 amateur fights. Started boxing at 19, had 35 amateur fights, then wins us a bronze medal when America wasn't winning nothing. I mean, that the story is all over it. I used to say that Deontay Wilder's story is his boxing history and story is worthy of a movie, and it would be a damn good one. That's my quote. The dude, to be listen, to be not that technical, coming out knocking out these guys, and people are like, well, it doesn't matter. He didn't knock out everybody, but to knock out your first 39 people, and I mean, then Bermain Stavern goes the distance with him. And do you guys remember what Bermain Stavern was at the time? Who we were calling like he wasn't nothing. He had just done Chisora up twice in a row, right? And that was Chisora when Chisora was Chisora, right? So Bermain Stavern had total confidence, and he, to do that to Stavern and all those guys, and to keep saying that he hadn't done nothing, right? Now this is a guy I was watching Deontay Wilder to have that power, and one trick pony or not, what people call him, to have that power with those skinny legs that people are talking about, to generate that power, and to have the punch resistance. The Wilder has been clocked. Okay. And I'm just gonna put it out here. I think Wilder had some of the best punch resistance up until Tyson Fury was able to cheat him and he got a dent in his head. That's what I think. And I have all the reason in the world to think that. His punch resistance as you get older gets less and whatever. But to be getting hit with the stuff he was getting hit with and staying up until, and having the the endurance, late in fights, knocking people out like Lewis the Real King Kong Ortiz. Man, just shout out to Deontay Wilder, man. That was exceptional, his career. I wish he would just go ahead and fight Usyk real and call it a day. But excuse me, I just think that watching him, going back and watching prime Deontay Wilder, to be able to do that with his career, just coming in at 19 years old and do what he's done, we haven't seen that. It's exceptional. So speaking of exceptional, we're gonna go straight over to baseball. It's just a Shohei Ohtani update. You know what I mean? Just a Ohtani update. If you in the sport, man, you better listen, across the sport world right now, you're really not seeing nothing as exceptional as Shohei Ohtani, right? I like to call him Shohei, but I know it's Shohei Ohtani. you gotta try to figure it out and get there, right? Because you're seeing someone who really, like all the stuff in basketball, we all have this GOAT debate. I think Otani's already, in baseball GOAT terms, it's Otani, Babe Ruth, and and uh Barry Bonds, right? Everybody else. I mean, we got Willie Mays, we got a lot of those people, in baseball and in the history of the sport and stuff like that. But you're talking about a guy in Shohei Otani right now, right now. The dude is having a bad year at the plate, right? Because he's kind of trying to, he's try to concentrate on pitching. His ERA, and he's got about 9 starts already. His ERA is still under one. It's 0 point something. Who knows? 0.82 or something like that. That's absurd. Absurdity. There's no one close. Like the next one is probably 2 point something. I didn't even look before this. It's ridiculous. He shouldn't even be there, right? In his ERA. And now he's having a bad year. He's only got like 11 home runs right now, right? He was batting in the 240s or 50s just about 2 weeks ago. The man's up to about 290 batting average right now. He's closing in on 290 batting average, right? While pitching under one ERA. That's the earned runs. Ain't nobody earning none. This is really ridiculous. And we're talking about the same guy who had 50 hits, 50 home runs, and 50 stolen bases. The only member of the 50-50 club. Everybody, those awesome players in the 40-40 club, like a Barry Bonds, Jose Canseco, Acuna, and somebody else I'm missing, which is disrespectful because if you're in the 40-40 club, you've got to remember those. My bad. It's about 4 or 5 people in the 40-40 club. Never in the history 50-50. This guy's done that when he was able to concentrate because he wasn't pitching that year. Just to let you know I can do it, right? Just to let you know I can when I focus on one thing. But right now I'm trying to focus on trying to see if it's possible to get a Cy Young as pitcher. He has 4 MVPs already, and every single one of them he's deserved, right? And so, guys, if you're not paying attention, just get over there and watch this because it's once in a lifetime watching. Now let's go from that Major League Baseball and skip on over to the to basketball. Right, we got the finals coming up: New York's Knicks and San Antonio Spurs. I got an attitude. I'm a Laker, right? And so I never liked San Antonio Spurs or the New York Knicks. And it's a few things I don't like. I don't like the fact that the Spurs beat OKC, right? Because they beat OKC Thunder, and at the end of the day, we blaming it on Chet Holmgren, which Chet, really that is kind of bad that how Chet didn't show up. Really, it is kind of bad that Chet didn't show up. You ain't gonna take 2 or 3 shots in a crunch time game, right? He's playing Wemby and he was really intimidated. It's obvious, but Chet's gonna get it together in the offseason. What I want to say here, I didn't like the way the series is going. I didn't like a few things, right, about it. So I'm got a little attitude. But props to San Antonio. Them boys don't miss any wide open 3 point shots, and they play a whole lot of defense. And people can't go to the hole when Wemby is there. It's they got it going on in San Antonio. This is not a fluke. But I got an attitude. That's so I'm being honest. As far as OKC Thunder go, they should make zero changes if it's possible with all the salary cap and the free agency and all those things that go on. With the money, if it's possible, everybody. Dort should stay there. Chet Holmgren should stay there. Hartenstein, all of them should stay there. They didn't have 2 ball handlers, both of them, Jalen Williams and your boy, forget his name, my man, right now, the other ball handler. They didn't have them all there, right? And it makes a difference, folks. All the people from the bench, all of them, every single person, they have to make zero changes. And I would just do it just for jump, zero changes. And those people right there, because those people right there all of them gonna have a chip on their shoulder. All of them gonna be better. They play hellified defense. Case and Wallace and them boys and Dort and oh my boy, Mr. Headband. Oh man, his name gonna hit me, man. Oh man, It's pissing me off because he was basically the second MVP, vice MVP, right? Coming from the bench, my man is gonna hit me. Anyway, that's a damn shame because that's what I wanted to talk about. Anyway, but yeah, OKC shouldn't make any changes whatsoever because I think they would have won if they were healthy, and they weren't. And San Antonio got healthy at the right time because Fox came and he was able to play on a bum ankle, but he was able to do those little things that he does. So that but I just want to make sure this is clear. OKC needs to change nothing, zero. Go right back at it with that team because you're gonna have a chip on your shoulder. Chet Holmgren has to do some soul searching, but it's a difference between Chet Holmgren. He's playing against Wemby, and Wemby, it's a difference. Chet Holmgren, yeah, oh, he's a big man who can shoot. Yeah, but Chet Holmgren's more of a spot up 3 point shooter. He's not going to shoot threes off the dribble after taking you and crossing you over like a Wemby would do. Wemby's a little bit more versatile and moves a little bit better. So he's not going to be as good as Wemby, but Chet Holmgren is still awesome, the guy. Now, it's going to be an issue because it's basically a lot of people going to just say you basically choked. So he's got to go deal with that. It's no shame if Wimby's better than you because they've been trying to crown Wimby as some kind of goat or something going on, and he doesn't deserve all that yet. And I just think that I think they need to let people play hard against Wimby. If he's 7'5" and 22 years old, which means he can still move around and stuff, he's not stiff, right? So he's got a complete game. So we can't be just putting him in a cotton ball and letting nobody be able to do the things you're going to have to do before he gets the ball. Because other than that, it's really not. Duke can stand up and dunk without doing anything. So it's not really fair now. But when Wemby has put in the work, though, let's be real, to be an all arounder. You know what I mean? Because he could have just rested on his laurels and, hey, man, I'm 7'5" and I ain't really got to do nothing but stand around the court. No, it's Wemby who can pull up from the parking lot, right? That's putting in work. It's Wemby who can turn around jump shot on you. It's Wemby who's worked on his footwork and his teardrop game. At 7'5", you don't even need no teardrop game. He got one. So let's make sure. I'm hating, but I'm a realist. The dude has put in the work and he's awesome, but I don't want to hear no goat talk. Immediately. Let's stop doing all that right away. So that's one thing. Speaking of goat, let's talk the goat with Michael Jordan real quick. It was a question a couple of days ago, something about how many titles would Michael Jordan have if Pippen wasn't there. Would he be 0-6 if Pippen wasn't there? No, Michael Jordan wouldn't be 0-6. He would have got some titles, but it sure as hell wouldn't have been six, and it probably wouldn't have been four, right? And the show wouldn't have been no three-peat, guys, right? The show wouldn't have been no three-peat. He probably would have got about two of them, right? But those other teams were right there. I don't think you're beating an Indiana without a Pippen. I don't think you're beating the New York Knicks or Cavaliers without Pippen. You know, listen, Pippen has a chip on his shoulder, and when I hear him, I don't get mad at him for saying things. I don't, because people just don't like to say stuff, especially in New Russia, America. It's certain things you're supposed to say, and you just gotta say. Like the goat is Michael Jordan, and you just gotta say that. You know, it's like no, Jordan is most people's goat, right? He probably is. But me personally, if I was starting a basketball team, I don't know if that's goat or what. I can't say goat because he doesn't have the numbers for it. But if I'm starting a team throughout the history, I'm starting with Akeem Olajuwon, even before Jordan, even before everybody I've ever seen. I'm starting with Akeem Olajuwon. I put Akeem Olajuwon in the game right now. Yeah, he'd be able to shoot threes too because they didn't do it. It was the best centers in the history was playing while he was playing, and he dominated them all. Okay, I'm in steals. I've blocked more shots than everybody, and I'm in the top 10 steals in history. And can't nobody stick me at all. Nobody. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm starting my team with. And all the other stuff would have came. He'd have been able to like Wemby right now. Hakeem Olajuwon against him. Wemby, you better not dribble the ball. You better not dribble because it's getting stolen, and you're not sticking me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm, what's up? What I'm saying. But the thing is, things develop over the years. It wouldn't have been a Wemby without big shooters like Dirk Nowitzki in the game. It wouldn't have been a Wemby without a Hakeem Olajuwon to show you that his footwork. So Wemby is a product of evolution. So you don't want to put him in there. But my point going back to Michael Jordan is this: Scottie Pippen is ridiculous. He's ridiculous. It's not, it's ridiculous how good Scottie Pippen is, right? It's ridiculous. And let's stop saying like Jordan played 6 years without Scottie Pippen. And what happened? He did some great things. But winning a championship. We're talking about winning a championship. Like Wemby, he's not winning without Castle and Fasell and them never missing any shots, and Fox and them boys, right? But even them, they don't have a Scottie Pippen is probably one. Some people would probably say the very best defender ever, but he's in the top five defenders in the history of this whole game. And listen, people out there, you tell me, what does Michael Jordan do better than Scottie Pippen other than score? Like nothing. Facilitate? No. Rebound? No. Defend? No. Shots, blocks? No. Steals? No. What? Nothing better than him. And Jordan is an exceptional defender. But Scottie Pippen was even better than him. I know because I'm a Laker fan. Without Scottie Pippen, Lakers went beating the Bulls. Because Jordan couldn't stop Magic, but Pippen could. Listen, man, this anti Pippen stuff. Because Pippen, if you are that guy, you have an attitude, right? So let's feel this guy. He's not ludicrous and saying this stuff. He's like, man, wait a minute, I can do everything. Let's stop playing around with this guy. And when Jordan was there, so people say stuff like this. Well, Jordan wasn't there. Pippen could have won all that, right? But did he have somebody? Did he have a Jordan caliber player there? No, it was without Jordan, right? We saw what Jordan did without Pippen, and we saw what Pippen did without Jordan. Conference Finals, wasn't it, or something? Something like that, right? Third in the MVP ballot, in the MVP race. So let's just put the brakes on. Without Pippen, Jordan is not winning six. He's winning around two. And that's not bad to say. Man, somebody on your team who you can say, whoever is the best player on that other team, go get him, Pippen. If you can do that, that guy is valuable. Stop it with the guy that can score, right? So, yes, no, hell no, Jordan's not winning six titles without Scottie Pippen. And not even close. He's not winning the half of them, right? And it's not a bad thing to say that. So we're saying it here because I'm a coach too, and damn it, I'm taking Pippen on my team. Matter of fact, I probably take Pippen on my all-time team because I know on the three position, right? The three position, the only players that even come question over Pippen is LeBron and Larry Bird. But Pippen's defense, you can have one of them two. I take Pippen. Matter of fact, let me just tell you my team: Hakeem Olajuwon on the five, Dirk Nowitzki on the four, Pippen on the three, uh, Kobe on the two, and Steph Curry on the one, or Magic Johnson. Probably Steph Curry because of spacing. Now I know people either Steph Curry or Magic on the one. I know people want to take Jordan on the two. If you take Jordan, then I got Pippen. If you take LeBron, then I got Scotty. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna take about five people in front of Dirk Nowitzki. But I'm looking back. I got Hakeem Olajuwon on a low block, so I don't need a Tim Duncan also on a low block doing the damn near the same thing, do I? Somebody better go stick Dirk Nowitzki out there getting space stone at the parking lot, and you better get Steph Curry in the parking lot. So I got some spacing. Everybody else is defenders, lockdown defenders. Scottie Pippen's a lockdown defender.